Welcome to Down the Middle podcast, Battlers. We are back. We had a week off, but feeling refreshed, feeling good. Actually, no, not feeling good. The local derby was last week, and I'm not happy.
Mate, I didn't have that good of a Sunday, and then that sort of brought my spirits back up, seeing that. But yeah, I think we did a Melbourne Storm last week, mate. Just rested the stars, had a week off, and then come back ready to go
Best
this
of the
week.
stars. You're a muppet. Last week, I don't know what happened. I actually, no, I do know what happened. I was all out of sorts last week. Had no
Yeah,
idea what day it was. Just flopped on the lounge, just relaxed. Actually fell asleep, putting the kids to bed. Flopped on the lounge afterwards, and then I'm like, seeing a message about the footy, and I went, Thursday. That's recording day. Beautiful. And
yeah.
you
And I was
kept
like,
quiet. I messaged you. I'm like, oh, sorry, mate. You're like, oh, I just thought maybe, I don't know.
yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to message him because I don't know if the kids are being rough that night or what's going on. So
They were
sometimes, yeah, I
perfect.
just gotta stay quiet. Yeah,
Anyway, sorry, Battlers, but we're back this week. We'll get through a good episode, and then yeah, bit more to come. We'll get to the derby soon. Obviously,
yeah,
we're going to review round 25. Look at round 26. Pennant season is over though, Hayden.
mate. Yeah. We started 4 from 4 and lost the last two games.
And so that puts you out. I was very surprised because when you were telling me
Yeah,
that you were four
only
from four,
yeah. So you got 11 groups, and the only first place from each group
they only
get
take
through.
one through. Right,
Mate,
right.
I looked. We actually beat three groups in second. Um, yeah.
Like
So
on points, you mean?
yeah, on section points and match points.
That
So
sucks. What div are you in? What division?
we were section three.
Oh,
So
is that? I think that's Division 3. I think that's like third best.
well,
I'm pretty
I
sure.
don't I don't know. It's hard to say because you don't really know. They sort of go off region because they want other regions to play each other. Like you got your one local region, and then you get two out of area. So I don't know if they divvy that up into
Yeah, but I
into
think it still might be. I think it still might be based on like a division type setup. Because I'm pretty sure
because we
when Uncle Brian won C grade pennants out for Camden, they went up. Then they went up a division. And I remember
yeah well,
playing major pennants and same thing.
yeah well we were section 10 last year to three. We finished on 4 section points last year, so like we don't go horrible.
Yeah, okay.
Um, so yeah, unfortunately we needed 1.5 points to advance. Mate, me and Chad started, down two after two. One of the blokes went eagle par. You can't,
Like a legitimate eagle.
German eagle.
C grader.
Uh,
Yeah, thanks, mate. No
see, yeah.
worries.
And we just went, fuck, radio. Like, can't do much about that.
Hang
Like,
on.
he
So he started the day with an eagle.
started went eagle par. And
Far out.
then I'm just like, I went to Chad, I went, right, these are three tough holes to go back to back, back to back. We win three, we win four, we win five.
Yeah, nice.
Go one up through five. Um, and then yeah, we never surrendered the lead. One on 16. I did the big chest pump on 16.
Did
Actually, I sunk about a
you do this one or
6 meter
something?
for I sunk a 6 meter for par, and the other two boys were going for par, and I just went fucking come on, like, and the old bloke didn't like it too much.
Oh, I can
Um,
imagine.
and he proceeded to put his ball down. I said, mate, what are you putting this for, mate? You can't win. You've got 2 holes left. And he goes, well, I'm not going to lose 4-2. I'm going to lose 3-2. And
Did,
okay.
did he lose 4-2 or 3-2?
No, they lost 3-2.
Ah,
He only had about this much.
nah, I'm with you. I'm against that old bloke. I do the calculation in my head. I go, it means stuff all to me. It makes
Yeah,
no difference what the score is,
yeah, exactly right. You lose the match, right? And the
even if
worst
it's for
thing is,
pride.
mate, we had a team up 4 up through 5 holes. and they proceeded to lose 3-2. So they reckon the bloke after 7 holes he went 2 over.
Yeah, right. Jesus.
So
Very good for
and we're
C grade.
going, yep, and we had one team lose on 18th.
Yeah,
So
tough going.
and mate, we lost 2 of our better golfers, and we had to play a 23 and 24 handicapper on Sunday. And
Hurts.
I let the bloke know sort of how I felt. He goes, "Oh, we stuck in." I said, "Mate, you went 0-3 this year. Shut the fuck up."
Did you
Right?
actually tell him?
Yeah, I just went, "Mate, I don't want to hear about it." Like, you went 0-3. I went 4-1, mate. Like, yeah.
I think you
So,
put your name down as captain. I don't know if the battlers will be hearing this background noise, but I think I've got a
mate,
kid
can't hear
that's
anything.
okay. Good. I think I've got a kid that's not real happy that I'm not in
So
there.
yeah,
Anyway,
unfortunately, Pennant's done for another year. Hopefully next year I'll be in B grade.
yeah, absolutely.
We've had nearly everyone say if our current manager stays on, no one's going to play Pennants next year.
Ooh,
So,
nice. Hey, maybe that open. Do you have to be a member to be the manager?
mate, we had 2 people put their hand up this year and they got knocked back. So,
Maybe I'll put in a written application. Maybe
mate,
I get
well,
out some of my major pennant
Uncle
shirts.
Brian did. Uncle Brian did put his name down for manager and he got knocked back. So,
Yeah, Uncle Brian forgot that you were playing. He said he should have gone out to caddy for you. Anyway, that's all right.
yeah, that's
Oh
right,
well.
mate.
Better
Let's
luck
get into the
next year.
footy.
Let's get into the
Yeah,
footy. You go last week.
mate. I think it was another upset with the Tigers winning 34-26 against Manly, especially when they were winning at 16-0. The ref had a bit of a shocker. 3
Mm.
sin bins. He sort of lost control a little bit, but the Tigers did play good to win the game, really.
I again forgot to tip because I forgot it was Thursday. I
Mm.
probably would have gone the Tigers, but anyway, I like Tigers at Leichhardt. I don't think the Sea Eagles had won in at Leichhardt in a long time, so I think
Yeah,
the writing was on the wall. Anyway,
yeah. So, mate, then we move on to the first game of Friday at Sean Johnson Stadium. Mate, I went sentimental. I went, the Warriors are going to win this. They're going to get up. I
no,
fucking hate the Warriors. It, they, like they're winning, and then they just go into an absolute slump, and then the
mate,
Dogs just
the doggies are good. The doggies are good.
they didn't play good though.
Yeah, but they're getting it done at the moment, mate. They're getting it
So
done. They're the team to watch.
they are in a bit of form, mate. In another game, pretty much Brisbane Broncos winning 30-24 against Parramatta. Parramatta went jumped out to that
Couldn't
early
believe
lead
that.
again. It'd be interesting to see if the games were 1 to 60 minutes, how Parramatta would go, because I think it would be a bit different, just like the
Mm,
Dragons.
mm.
Because yeah, they definitely wouldn't be going for the spoon bowl next week.
Well, yeah, but in saying that, that's that. I think that sums up the Eels season. Like
Yeah,
you've got to get 80 minutes of footy. Dragon supporters know you've got to get 80 minutes of footy. So to be
yeah,
honest, I was actually when I saw the score early, I was going, come on the Eels, keep the Broncos away from the 8. And I was very disappointed. I had my brother-in-law messaging me late in the game. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, holy shit, they're coming back.
yeah,
Anyway,
wasn't good, mate. Then the upset, Canberra
yeah,
Raiders get over the line against Penrith Panthers 22-18, the last home game of the year. I am pretty sure. Yep, because they play away next week as well.
yeah, yeah.
Um, mate, they pulled up the socks for Elliot Whitehead's last game down in Canberra
Watch
as well.
I watched a bit of the first half and all of the second half. I think I was out the back
They
with the kids
didn't
that
play
had
too
it on the
bad.
TV. Mate, they just played solid. They didn't do too much flashy. They got a couple of runaway tries down that right hand side. I think maybe it might have been. Let me double check. I think it might have been the KO Weeks try. Down that right hand side,
Yeah, they
maybe.
passed it inside, I
Just
think.
I think that's when I started watching about halfway through that first. Mate, they just played really good. They just played solid.
Mhm.
Good game from James
Definitely.
Fisher-Harris, 90 odd points on Supercoach, and I didn't play him, so I was really happy with that. And I tipped the Panthers. So all's well that ends well, they say.
100%. Mate, and we got the probably easiest win of the round there with Melbourne Storm winning 48-6 against the Dolphins. It was written in the stars. We
And I think
didn't think too much else.
that's certainly led to the lineup this week for the Storm, which we'll
Yeah,
get to in a minute. Jerome Hughes, very happy I brought him in. 130 Supercoach points. Doesn't play this week. Perfect. Love
it
that.
wasn't. Mate, I versed one bloke in the semi-final. He had Crichton, he had Hughes, he had
Oh,
Grant, he had Teddy, he had Tupu. I'm going, mate,
they all went huge.
you haven't scored 1,200 for like 6 weeks, and he scored 1,500. Like,
You're
it's
joking.
ridiculous. Like, captain, and he had Trebojevic as VC, so he got
He got
that. I'm
100
like,
and 100 and whatever. Yeah.
he got 160, so he got like 100. He got 320 as captain. I'm like, mate, like, fuck.
The beauty of
Anyway,
Supercoach.
yeah. Mate, then we move on to the last game of Super Saturday with the South Sydney Rabbitohs going down to the Newcastle Knights 36-16.
Standard.
Yeah, standard. South sort of just down tools now. Really,
Look,
the Knights trying to push for a top 8.
Rabbitohs sitting in 15th. It's a very, very disappointing season for the Rabbitohs. But look, I tipped the Knights. I was pretty confident that they were going to get the win there. Yeah, and pushing for a top 8 spot. Need those 2 wins and results obviously to go their way.
Definitely. Mate, then we move on to the first game of Super Sunday. Roosters winning 48-22 against the Titans. Titans have fell off a cliff.
Yep.
They started slow. I think they used all their momentum in the middle rounds to get back, but then the last month hasn't been too kind. And the Sydney Roosters keep doing what they do, pushing up the
Angus
second.
Crichton. Is this Angus Crichton's best season ever?
Probably could say that. Maybe 1 year at South, or maybe 1 or 2 first years at the Sydney Roosters.
I'm just looking at like it's round 25. They're coming. What were they? They were coming third, weren't they? And he's scored a triple to push him into second. Like he had that great Origin series where I think he was definitely man of the series. He is an absolute footballer. Is he? So can you remind me? Is he staying at the Chooks?
Yeah, he signed for 2 years.
He re-signed. Is that when Fafita flipped and then he re-signed?
Yeah,
That's right. Yep. I think that's fantastic. He's got a couple more years in him. Obviously, mate, unreal. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
No, oh mate, I agree. Then
and then that was the round. So we'll move on to round. Oh, sorry, there was
This is the game that trumped the Melbourne Storm's victory, mate, with my Sharkies winning 38-10
please
against the Dragons. We did say, mate, they due for a loss. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. It was a loss week.
That works.
And mate, I was actually a little bit worried actually at just before halftime, before we got the Stone Street try. I was like, oh, you boys are in it. It's going to be interesting to see how we come out. And
I think they had a near try or a try disallowed in that first half, maybe as well.
And mate, he put like Sloan. He's a good man. Tell you what, he's a good footballer, but he's stupid. Like he didn't need to push Iro in the back. Like he wasn't going to get to it.
Yeah.
And you push someone, of course you're gonna act a little bit. You got to sell it.
Absolutely.
But it's just like, mate, you were going to get the try. You didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
But
I was out at Dad's, watched the first half, and I was like, oh, we're in this. And I was dropping the kids off for a sleepover. So I went, halftime, let's go, let's get out of here. So we went to get dinner. So we've driven into Narellan, and I'm like, oh, we're probably just in the halftime. So I've flicked my phone up while I'm waiting for the pizza to cook, and I just went, oh, well, that'll do. I just put the phone straight back down because it was like, I don't know, it must have been 26:10 or something at the time. And I went, nah, 20 minutes left. We can't come back from that. So I waited
No,
for my pizza, went in and got ice cream and said, see you later. Checked it when I got home. Shit house. So
it's
shit
probably the
house.
best. Yeah, mate, we needed to keep winning when the dogs keep winning
Yeah,
and Penrith keep
that
winning.
keeps you up in the
We
top.
jumped.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're
Yeah.
into third now.
Third. That's
We
true.
jumped to Penrith. So yeah, and we still got a 2 point buffer this week. So hopefully Manly can. Well, we'll talk in a minute and see the ramifications, and we'll see sort of what we think the ladder's going to end out on.
Yeah. I want to add as well. The bloke I work with in my office, he's a Sharky supporter. So he wore his Sharky jersey all last week. So he turns up on Monday in his Sharks gear, and I was like, mate, you like give it a rest. I told him, I'm like, one of my good mates, he hasn't even pestered me about it. He's like, what is he doing? He should be getting India. I'm like, yeah, I know, but he's kept quiet. He's been really nice to me. I don't know why you were. And I've got the bloke at work. He put he's putting shark stuff all around my office. I'm like, mate, piss off. Anyway, he doesn't listen, so that's okay. He might listen.
You know what? I'm just used to it now. I don't need to gloat because I know we're going to win. Like, mate, it's been a lot. It'd be interesting to see when the last time you actually won.
From the Derby. Yeah, actually, maybe we should look. So if we look into this week, I know obviously as we record every week, the Thursday night game has started. There's the ladder stands. So like you said, the Panthers dropped down to fourth. So we got Storm, Roosters, Sharks, Panthers making up our top four. Bulldogs, Cowboys, Seagulls, Dragons rounding out the top 8 on 28 points. Broncos, Dolphins, Knights, and Raiders all on 26. So that makes this week very, very interesting because there could be a lot of change there. Broncos, Dolphins obviously play each other as well. Then the bottom, look, we're not even going to worry about the bottom 5 because who really cares? So let's look at this week. Thursday night, half time. Cowboys up 18-16. I still tipped the Storm. No, actually, I didn't.
I
I tipped the
nearly,
Cowboys. Let
I
me double
nearly
check.
tipped it, but yeah, and there's even Pappenhausen and Seve have gone off injured.
I tip I,
Um,
I tipped the Cows by 4. Sorry.
yeah, I think I went Cowboys 10. Um, they've got more to
Caulfield.
play for. Obviously, Storm are resting 11 players.
Yep.
They've wrapped up my premiership.
That's right.
I think
Yes,
if
they have.
Cowboys win, they go 34. Okay, and if Manly lose, then they've wrapped up a home elimination final. So
Yeah, okay. Yep, yep,
that'd
yep,
be
yep.
interesting to see.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see how this second half pans out, but it's obviously pretty tight. Storm can still get it done, I think. But I'm hoping Cows just for the tipping. How come I couldn't do my Joker this week, H? What's that shit?
Mate,
Do you
it
only just
should
have
be
to click that
fine.
little box? Do you just have to click that?
You just have to click that little box. Yeah. I used
Mate,
mine like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
couldn't click it for the life of me. Would not let me. I submitted my tips, went back in, did it. No, scrolled up and down. Not happy with ESPN. ESPN, if you're listening, fix that. Tomorrow's Friday night game. Dogs, Seagulls. I have got the doggies. I think the dogs are also, like you said, the dogs are playing to keep that home final. They're on a
Mate,
roll now. Yeah.
no, I'm going Manly. I'm going Manly. No Stephen Crichton. No Kurt Mann for the Dogs as well. I think obviously both teams have got massive to play for, so it's not like I can say they're going to drop off intensity. But yeah, I'm really hoping Manly get the win. So
Okay.
then we win, can't drop out of the top 4.
Yeah, I suppose it
Then
helps you
depending,
more.
and then depends how the Roosters and Penrith go. If we can maybe jag a second to get a uh, home quarter qualifying match
Okay.
to see if we can't, then rest 1 or 2 players next week against Manly and save them.
Just go for it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Nico Mahines might be. I don't know.
Back
We'll
back
talk about
next
that
week,
in
maybe. Okay.
the game.
All right. Second game. I don't know if this will be a good game or not. Panthers Panthers, Rabbits. Panthers looking pretty full strength. Rabbits have got Cody Walker back. No Cameron Murray though. I've got the Panthers easily for my tipping.
Mate, I've got Panthers as well. I think just
Easy.
not too much really.
There's not a whole lot you can talk to about
Yeah.
that. Like I said before, the Rabbits would be highly disappointed with their season this year. They've just been average, and obviously some drama around the club with a certain individual. It just doesn't
Yeah,
help.
got it. He didn't really get it. He got a one game, but
Yeah,
sort of not too much for what's been happening. So yeah, I think Penrith 13 plus really, not
13
too
plus.
much.
Love a 13 plus bet. Gamble responsibly. The first Saturday game, 3 o'clock. We've got the Dragons and the Eels. Looking at the team list, looks like both teams look pretty standard. Couple of Dragons coming onto the extended bench. So Moses Sully and Mikhaili Rabaloa. I'll be interesting to see if they get a start. I dare say their fitness will just be tested on maybe that Thursday or Friday. You could see them into the team. I am going to go the Dragons though. I think.
Yep, Dragons for me. They're a shooing. They're win week, so
that's well. There you go, birdie bogey, right? Birdie bogey birdie. And I think maybe Eels' confidence might be a little bit shot after last week having that lead and whatever. And I think that, like you said, the Dragons didn't play too bad in that first half. Hopefully, they can go out good and capitalize.
Mate,
Broncos. Go.
Just to jump back, the last time Dragons beat the Cronulla Sharks was June 14, 2020.
This was only a couple of years ago.
4. I didn't think it was that. I did.
Mate, at least it wasn't like 2016 or something. What was the score?
30-16.
Oh, it's a good win though, at least. Where at win? Probably. Don't know. Net Strata, maybe. Campbelltown. That's why. Got to come out west.
Then we win that Net Strata, win, points bet, Net Strata, points bet.
And then win. Oh. Well, maybe we should stop playing the Sharks. Maybe we should just play them once a year.
Plays every week.
Dolphins, Broncos. This is a tough one. I'm probably Broncos. I don't want the Broncos to win. I actually want the Dolphins to win. No, I don't want either of them to win because they can both jump up into my Dragons spot. Don't know.
Yeah,
it'd be nice. It'd be nicer to see the Dolphins.
Worse for and against as well. So
yeah. Dragons got a terrible for and against.
That's the only thing that's letting you down. When you lose, you lose.
There's like -70. We're the only team in the 8 with a minus, and the 2 teams below us have got a positive. Stupid. They're so. That's big. Is it 120? Is it?
Yeah, 120.
I thought it was 70. That's because of the games against the Roosters where we got pumped by like 60. Silly. Anyway, who are you going? I'm going Bronx.
Going Brisbane. No confidence.
No confidence. Yeah, you're right. No confidence.
No. Because when I had confidence a couple of weeks ago, I went, they lost. So, no.
Sharky's out of points bet against the Warriors. Sean Johnson playing against his old team for the last time. Do you just give him one win, H? Just let him have a win? No?
They should have done that last week.
They should have. Are they doing a thing? Are they going to? They'll do a send off. They'll do a send off.
To tell you the truth, if when you're retiring, the last thing you want to do is play one game at home and then the other club that you've played for. I think that's a pretty good way of retiring.
But not if you lose both.
Well, you would rather play Sharks last week and then play at home this week.
Yes.
In New Zealand, that'd probably be the way. But unfortunately, mate, you're going to go out a loser.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's going to be shit because he lost last week at home and then he's going to lose against the Sharks probably. I've got the Sharks. Actually, Hayden Jaden Beryl in that team. Is he starting or is he on the bench? No, he's on
No, I
the
think he's on
extended.
the extended.
When he was playing last week, Dad sends me a text. You playing footy
Mm,
today? I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes,
mm,
oh, just he sends me the photo comes through after.
yeah.
He goes, oh, Jay Beryl. I'm like, yeah, mate. Just running out for the Sharkies. Absolutely not. You wouldn't catch me in the bloody black, white, and blue.
Mate,
Um,
Nico Hines on the extended. I don't
do you reckon?
know.
Do you reckon he'll pass the fitness test
I'd rather him play this week and then have the week off next week. If
before the
uh,
finals?
depends how he pulls up. Or rest him this week and play him next week and see. It all depends. I don't know if they've kept pretty hush hush on it. They sort of just.
Mm. See, same
I do
same kind
like
of
that.
same conversations happening around Nathan Cleary about his return. Depending on where they finish on the ladder. Now that they're sitting in fourth, um, geez, like it'd be very surprising. But if they drop out of that top four and they don't have the second chance, he's got to come back in, doesn't he? So
100%. Obviously, if Dogs win and then Penrith win this week, it's a little bit easier for them to keep that spot. But you only need to lose one of the weeks,
yeah,
especially
exactly right.
they're for and against is close, so it's not.
Mm.
It's only 12 apart from Penrith and Doggies. So
Where is
and
that?
yeah, so who do they?
Yeah, that's true.
Penrith
Yeah,
have
it's pretty, it is
Penrith
pretty
have
tight.
Titans, so you think that they should be able to
You
hold
would
them, but
imagine they would. But anyway, it's there. It's up for grabs. Knights Titans on Sunday, 2 o'clock. I'm gonna go the Knights. I think the Titans are done for.
yeah, done. Knights
I don't,
fighting for the top eight. Um, I think they put on a cleaner. I think there might be like 24 plus going big. Bradman
Fletcher
Best back.
Fletcher Sharp to score about 6 tries.
No, 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 no,
Down
no.
the left.
Best
Go
back.
left. Go left, boys. Go left.
No, you want him to go right.
Isn't he left? He's
No, Best and Marzu on the left.
no.
He's Ponga slopes.
Isn't Sharp a number two? Isn't a number two on the left?
No, it's on the right. Sione Katoa's number two, and he's always on the right.
All right, I'll fact check that. Sure, I could. I would be. I would dare say that I would be wrong instead of you, but sure. Okay. All right, go the Knights. Last game, Roosters Raiders. Roosters by plenty. I don't think there's anything there really to discuss. They're pretty full strength. Jared Weir Hargreaves is out, and Joseph Suaalii is out, but other than that, they're fine.
Yeah. Tell you what, I'm glad Ray's retiring because fuck, he just comes back from a full week and gets 3 weeks. Crazy.
He'll do well in retirement. I wonder who will upset in retirement. And then the Tigers. The Tigers get their free 2 points. Still keeps them
Ready for the
right
spoon bowl
down
next week?
the bottom. Yes, and then the Spoon Bowl next week. How good.
100%.
Um, Nothing else really happening in the footy this week, was there?
Not too much, mate. Oh, the women, Sharky's women's are killing it. They're
Well,
winning the comp by 4 points.
we could look at the
Undefeated.
girls.
Um,
Sharkies girls play Saturday, 11 a.m. What are your thoughts about the early 11 a.m., 10 a.m. games?
I get it because Fox said we want to show all the games,
Mm. And,
and
and
obviously you
nine, I
can't.
think, do the same thing.
And yeah, you can't
Can't have them
obviously play.
competing.
You can't have the men and women playing at 2 p.m.
Mm.
same time kind of thing. So
In saying
I
that,
think
it
you got
was
to work
nice.
around it.
When we were at the pub the other week, it was nice. We got there at 11:30. There's a game already on. It was great.
Yeah,
We had the footy.
yeah.
It was going on there, and it was like 4 games in one day on a Saturday. That's fantastic.
Mhm.
I don't
So
mind it. I understand, obviously, for some families, it competes with certain commitments, and
yeah,
if you've got kids that want to watch it and whatever, and if you're trying to follow your team, it's at weird times, especially for a Saturday. But in saying that, I don't always get to watch every NRL game either because, like, we're not watching the footy right now because we're doing something. So
yeah,
whatever. Dragons
exactly right.
Eels. Dragons Eels are doing the double this week on the Saturday, 12:45, and then the 2 o'clock game. So that'll be good out at Combank. Knights Tigers on Sunday. Broncos Cowboys. That'd probably be a good clash. And then the Roosters and Raiders have got the double on Sunday as well. I am liking that more and more and more as we are going through getting a few more women's teams,
Yep.
getting two teams like that back-to-back game.
And they might bring the under-20s back in 2016 as well. I mean, 2026.
2016, we're going back in time. Probably was playing back then.
Was the best year, mate. Give you that.
Hey, actually played trivia last week at work, and there was a question: who played in the 2016 grand final? And some people had the audacity to be questioning me when I was telling them it was Sharks and Storm. Are you sure? You sure? You sure? Geez, I don't know. Was it the Sharks? I'm like, it was the Sharks, mate. Like, I'm 100%. It was the Sharks. I know for a fact it was the Sharks in 2016, and I'm 99.99% sure it was the Storm. Just back me. Oh, but are you sure? I'm like, fuck me. If there's, I only know one question, this whole trivia thing, and it's that.
You know what you do? You know what you should do when you go, nah, you put your answer and let's see who's right.
Well, no, because I was the leader of my team. I was trying to win. So no, I didn't want to someone else. Just to prove a point. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, that's footy. Got some golf.
That's it, mate. We've got the last tournament of the year, got the Tour Championship, the top 30 players in the FedEx. Keegan Bradley, mate, jumped up from 50th. He only just made the field from the St. Jude to the BMW Championship. And jumped, went from 50th, 4th, massive win. But then, you got East Lakes this week in Atlanta, Georgia. Just before that, mate, they had the Creator Classic on it.
I was just about to say, yeah. Did you see that,
mate? Luke Horn, the old good member, winning in a playoff. I like the idea. I didn't like how they had Wesley Bryan and George Bryan play. The boys, like, I know that they're YouTube boys, but they got.
They're also.
Wesley's got his tour card.
He's a PGA member. I'm like, he's a golfer.
It's like that, and people are saying, oh, yeah, but he's a content creator, and they're like, well, let Bryson play.
Absolutely, I just about to say the same thing.
They're going, no, that's different, and they're like, what's different about it? Like,
he puts out YouTube videos on trying to break 50. Like, he's literally a YouTube creator, a content creator. Sorry, yeah. I was thinking the same thing when I saw the Bryan brothers. I was like, no, it's not the same. Like, you've got some flushes that play. You got some absolute flushes that play, but no. Anyway, whatever. It's just dumb. Yeah. Maybe we'll get a start next year. Might have to start putting out some golf videos.
And they do have good people there, especially Fat Perez and Robbie Berger, the boys from Bob Does Sports. They're good.
Yeah, you got a bit of personality. How I've lost my leaderboard. Where do I find my? Here we go. Leaderboard. I got it now.
I've got it, mate. Scotty Scheffler starting at 10 under. Xander Schauffele starting at 8. Hideki Matsuyama starting at -7. Keegan Bradley all the way with that good win last week to -6. Alberg -5. Burns, Cantlay, Morikawa, Wyndham Clark, Rory, all starting off -4. That's the top 10.
So for those that don't follow along the Tour Championship, we've actually explained this. This is the third time now. The Tour Championship, it started at top 60. No, top 50.
Top 125. So top 125 for the St. Jude. And then it got cut all the way to 70 after that tournament in the FedEx standings, and then from 70 that's 30 this week.
So and then so this week is the final round, I guess, and they start sort of like with a handicap. So your leader actually starts at 10 under, Scotty, and everyone else starts with a. So I think the in 26th you've got is even par. So there's a 10 shot, which I like. I get it because you've done the work, but it's also like Scotty doesn't need to start on 10 under. Yeah. But in saying that, he's like you actually said to me as we started recording, he's really only got a 2-shot lead. Like, it's not huge. It's huge compared to whoever's coming last. But to be only 2 shots ahead of Shoffley, like, it's not that bad. What's your thoughts?
Mate, I'm going to go Berg to win. I reckon he's starting at -5. He had a good week last week as well.
He
Yeah,
needs.
I just don't want to go 1 or 2. You know what I mean? I want to go somewhere a bit different.
I was going to go Shoffley, and I think the Scheffler's been the main man for the last couple of years, and I think Shoffley has had the year this year. I think he had the year. So I reckon only 2 shots off the pace. There's probably a couple other blokes that could chase him down, but it's going to be hard. Again, like a 2-shot lead is not much, but when you get to like Arberg, Burns, Cantlay, Morikawa, Clark, Rory, 5 or 6 shots, that's pretty big. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Shoffley.
Mate, and if he does win, beautiful. Because then at least you've got Victor Holcomb that won it last year. He's a good guy. Dennis Shoffley, he's a good guy. 2 majors.
Scotty, not a good guy?
Nah.
Ran over a police officer, mate. He ran over a police officer. Oh, come on.
He's too praised the award, man. I fucking hate that. When you win, the worst thing is to say, "Oh, thank God." No.
Absolutely. I thank God for this win. He got it done for me, brother.
Yeah. No.
He gave me this golfing ability.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully Alberg wins. Might take a sneaky little bet on him.
Ooh, gamble responsibly.
100%.
Shoffley. I got Shoffley. Paralympics on?
Started
today, wasn't it? 29?
Today, I think today.
Good. We'll have some Paralympics content.
That's it. We'll do that next week as well.
Paralympics would be good, man, because, like, quite literally, those blokes, far out. If that doesn't inspire you to get up and have a go, 100%. Like, up against
100%.
all odds. I watched actually the Steelers little documentary thing that was on like 60 Minutes or something. The wheelchair rugby team. That was red hot.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it, I think it was on Channel 9. If you haven't, it must have been. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it. Steelers. It was mad. That'll get you going. Yeah, that's my tip of the week. All right, Battlers. We will talk to you next week.
See you then.
Oh, I've lost my mouse. Hold the phone. Now I'm going to press stop.